Neil, I'm gonna have you try to tell us a little bit about the My Mix, or Brad, or whichever one. But on the Roland system, as the engineer, you could, for example, we have a bunch of singers on stage, and none of them really know how to place the musical portion of their mix. So as an engineer, I can call up their personal mixers, see the mix, cue it up, listen to it, and then adjust not only levels, but pan and EQ and everything like that. So I thought that was a really good function that Roland add to the whole design that wasn't, previously available on most of your Aviom systems. Now tell me about the My Mix. I'm not really sure about that unit. Do you have that flexibility?
Yeah, the My Mix, you can do that, by the way. I just asked my engineer. You actually can bring up someone else's mix and mix for them.
Okay.
But you would have to have a unit back at the console in order to do that.
Right. Okay, that makes sense.
And I think I told DJ this, the first time that I ever did the whole personal monitoring system thing, my mix probably sounded like, if you were to listen to it, you'd be like, this guy is an idiot, and he has no clue what he's doing playing the piano.
Yeah.
Because, dude, it was horrible. I mean, horrible. And it probably took me a year to learn how to mix myself, because I'd never done it before.
Yeah.
And so I get that, man. It is a difficult thing when you have someone that doesn't really know how to mix themselves, and I get that portion of it because that's where I was.
See, that's why the engineers laugh and go, see, it's not so easy, is it?
Right.
Oh, I know. Yeah. I have huge respect for what you guys do. I mean, it's like, dude, if you put me behind a console to mix front of house, there would be complaints, several of them. So you know what? I'm happy being where I am, and I have huge respect for our engineer and for what you guys do. So I mean, it's a whole nother ball game. You guys, and here's the thing: is our engineer, for instance, is probably one of the biggest servants on the planet.
Yeah. And
the thing is he knows that we're idiots and that we don't really know what we're doing when it comes to his job, and he has such a humble spirit about it. And I've run into engineers that don't.
Oh, definitely.
That think, well, you're an idiot.
Yeah, definitely.
And so I just have huge respect for guys that come in and treat us as though we don't know what we're doing, but do it with such a humble attitude. And they're like, look, let me help you. I'll help you do whatever you need to do. And our engineer, man, by the time that we're done, he's done setting everything up, he is pouring sweat. And then you ask him for something, and he just replies with such a humble attitude, and it's pretty incredible. I think it's a special breed of person to be a sound engineer.
Oh, definitely.
There's an anointing on the sound engineer.
Go ahead, Greg.
So yeah, and then also with the Avioms, not the Avioms, but the My Mix, you can actually add in effects as well.
Right.
You can add in like reverbs and stuff like that, whereas opposed to the Aviom, if you're going to do that, you're going to have to take up a channel to do that. It does it in the box itself. So.
All right, Brad, any thoughts on the effects?
Well, I haven't really used the Roland system that much, to be perfectly honest. But that is something, again, I think that, My Mix had the opportunity because they weren't first to the game. They had the opportunity to sit back and say, hey, this would be a cool feature to add. And I think it's a great thing. On my Aviom system, as the other gentleman said, is you have to use a channel. So I feed a reverb back through and let them control it.
Okay.
But like what was also said is if they don't know how to mix it, it might be too much, it might be too little. So the fact that they have something on their own control that works along with their sound directly is just great.
Right.